There's a special kind of pride that you feel deep down inside, a strength that seems to thrive in Lima, Allen County.
The American way of life, to get in gear and do what's right.
An unbreakable forthright link called real American strength. Lima, Allen County, real American strength.
Forever moving forward without forgetting where we've been.
Creativity meets technology, where possibilities never end.
Ohio's strong Midwestern know-how, exploring innovative ideas.
Deep-rooted but always growing, ever proud of where we live. Lima, Allen County, real American strength.
Keeping you up to date with what's happening in your community. Community Focus on GTV2. Thanks for joining us today on Community Focus. I'm Anne Decker. The kids are going back to school, and we all need to drive a little more slowly and pay a little bit more attention when we're on the roads. Here in the studio today to give us some safety advice are Cassandra Barrows and Bobbie Hammond, and they're with the Lima Police Department. Good morning, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
I guess the first thing we need to talk about is when we approach the school, there are speed zones in effect, and we need to be going 20 miles an hour, correct?
That is correct. We need to slow down in those school zones. And there's some areas that the signage is not as prevalent as we'd like to see it. People from out of town maybe don't know. So if each one of us that are here in this area slow down, it will cause a domino effect. They will slow down as well.
It does force everybody to slow down.
It does.
What is the penalty for speeding in a school zone?
Oh, any speeding in the city of Lima up to 30 miles an hour is $110 for the first offense.
That much?
Yes.
And then if you're going more than 35 miles an hour?
It's considerably higher.
So we definitely need to be paying attention.
Absolutely.
What is LPD doing around the schools? Will you be patrolling to make sure we're going the speed limit?
They will be patrolling the beginning and the end of the school day, as they have in the past.
Okay. What are the rules for approaching a school bus? We all know we stop, but do you need to give them a certain distance around the bus?
You need to give them a safe distance. There's a danger zone around the school bus, about 10 foot around the entire bus, where we would like to see, nobody's in that area when the kids are getting on or off the bus. We need to give them ample space there, so we don't end up with any rear-end collisions or anything like that.
Well, you never know when a kid's going to dart out into the street to chase the bus if he's running a little bit late, too.
It does happen.
Yeah, a lot. So be careful out there. Do you have to stop when the school bus is at a yellow, when it's flashing yellow, or just when it's red and stopped?
You need to be slowing down and stopping at the yellow.
Okay.
It's the safest thing to do.
Okay.
It doesn't take that long.
Okay. What about parking? Does parking get in the way?
Yes. When parents come to drop off their children or pick them up, it seems that we're having a lot of parking issues on the streets nearest to the school. People are parking all the way up to the stop signs, and that causes an issue for traffic that is turning onto that street or other traffic that's trying to get off of that street that has nothing to do with picking up or dropping off the children. So we need to be safe even where we park, and we need to encourage the children not to dart from the car across the street, but to get all the way up to the crosswalk before they cross. That's what we expect to see them as drivers, is in the crosswalk, not darting across the street.
How far away from the stop sign should we be parking?
At least 10 foot away.
Okay. And then we've got the pedestrian crosswalks as well. We just need to make sure they're clear?
Absolutely. They're not only marked on the pavement itself, but there is signage there. So we have double warning that that is the crosswalk. Unfortunately, a lot of parents will have the children go across the street in the middle of the street. And we like to discourage that type of behavior and encourage the children to walk at the crosswalk. It is the safest place.
Okay. Another thing we've seen lately is the walking school buses, which is a cool idea. You want to explain what those are?
Yes, this is a great program. An adult would walk with the children, these are smaller children, in the neighborhood to the school. And they would, oversee to make sure the children are using the sidewalks, not walking in someone else's yard, not littering, just teaching them the basics as they walk to school, getting them there on time. These are all great ways to protect our children.
Okay. I know we're trying to get the kids involved in the safety issue as well. You want to talk about their summer program and the posters that the kids created?
Okay. We went to different places like Bradfield Center and Umadot, and the children got involved in the 10 Seconds for Safety program. This is what we're talking about. If you slow down just 10 seconds, it promotes a safe area around the schools. And so this is artwork from some of the kids.
That's cute.
And there were lots of posters. And these were the two that we picked out that we thought were the coolest. Mm-hmm. And of course, Cassie made an example, and this is her artwork. She likes pink. So it was interesting, some of the things the kids wrote on these. But one of them that wasn't here was, "Don't run over me." And walk.
Well, what's cute is if the kids are paying attention to school safety, they're going to make sure that mom and dad do as well.
And that was our hope.
Yeah.
That they would. We actually went and had the measurements of the school zones, the speed zones measured, and we did the math, because sometimes even when you're out of school, you have to use math. And it's about 10 seconds longer to go 20 miles an hour through the school zone rather than 25 miles an hour, which it is normally in most residential areas. So 10 seconds is a very short period of time, and it costs us nothing to do that. And so we were pretty excited to have the children participate in this. And like she said, Lima Parks was involved, UMADAP, Bradfield Center, Future Church, and the children did a great job. All of their posters will be displayed at the open houses at the elementary schools. And that actually starts next week, the open houses. So we'll be taking all of these there. We'll be handing out literature at each one of the open houses regarding the danger zone around the school buses, how important pedestrian safety is at the crosswalks. And we're hoping that this is going to be a very safe school year for all of our elementary students.
Well, it's wonderful advice, and we appreciate you coming in today and sharing it with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Cassandra Barrows and Bobbie Hammond from the Lima Police Department. When we come back, we'll take you around the world with the Lima Family YMCA, right after this on GTV2.
My joints ached and I was always tired.
I was always cold, I couldn't concentrate, and my body hurt all over.
My doctor told me I had lupus. Women of childbearing age, and especially African American women, are at higher risk.
If you suspect that you have lupus, you should contact your doctor.
You're invited to attend the local lupus support group meetings on the second Thursday of each month at 1 o'clock at Lima Towers. For further information, go to connectedhands.org.
Lima City Council has recently amended the city's vicious dog ordinance to deal with potential problems concerning dangerous dogs in the public.
The ordinance is comprehensive. However, here are some key elements that all dog owners and their neighbors should be aware of.
Any dog that is considered a breed of pit bull is considered a vicious dog regardless of its temperament.
A vicious dog is any dog that attacks, bites, or causes injury to a person or domestic animal with or without provocation.
Not under control of the owner, and secure with a muzzle and a leash of 6 feet or less in length, all vicious dogs must be confined when outside in a pen with a secured top and bottom, or with the sides of the pen embedded at least 1 foot deep into the ground.
If you're a dog owner and have concerns about any dogs in your neighborhood, visit limapolicedepartment.com to find out more about the city's vicious dog ordinance.
The fine for non-compliance is $150 per citation, and ignorance of the law is not a defense.
If there's an emergency situation, call local law enforcement for immediate assistance.
Reduce, recycle, reuse. Allied Waste Services and the City of Lima encourage you to live green by recycling all that you can. Recycling promotes green living by reducing the amount of waste materials buried in landfills. This saves money, natural resources, and energy. Keep our environment healthy and start recycling today. Allied Waste Services is committed to a clean environment. Contact us today for your recycling needs. Visit our website, republicservicesohio.com, to learn more about recycling today.
Bring out the action hero in you. Fuel up right and get energized. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
We're back on Community Focus. I'm Anne Decker. The Lima Family YMCA's Travel and Adventure Series begins in October, and it looks like they've got a great series lined up. Here to give us the details are Heather Graham and Norm Vonderan. Thanks for joining us today.
It's our pleasure.
What do you have lined up?
Well, for this year, we really have a wonderful program lined up. Starting October the 10th is a program Beneath the Jungle and Beyond, which is going to cover southern Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, and Honduras by Dale Johnson. Then November the 7th is Southern Europe with Marlon Dara. In December the 5th, we will have Hello, Louisiana with Monty Brown. January the 9th, then we will have The Heart of San Francisco, which should be really very interesting, with Sandy Mortimer. Then in February the 6th will be Corsica and the Rivieras, which is really going to be good, also with Stan Walsh. And then we'll wrap up the series in March the 27th with Sailing Down to Rio on the Queen Mary 2, which is going to be it's going to start in Fort Lauderdale and sail down to Rio with Doug Jones. So we really have a wonderful program lined up for this year.
Who are your presenters? People who have been to these places and know them intimately?
These are people who have actually done the filming, spent the time, and have done a wonderful job of not only doing the filming, but the narrating and the background music, etc. It's wonderful. And it's all done digitally on DVD. So it's a wonderful way to travel from your own armchair, essentially, and then be able to go home and sleep in your own bed.
That sounds
it's
great.
Wonderful.
So we're watching a film, we're hearing a lecture. Is it a combination of the two?
It's a combination of the two. It's narrated while the film is being shown.
That sounds great.
And it is wonderful.
It's a very unique experience to be able to speak to the filmmaker as it's going on. So they will narrate the film, and then during intermission and afterwards they're available to answer questions and to talk. And
they also have copies, DVDs of all of, not only the program they're presenting, but many of the programs that they've done, and they're all well done, very well done.
What a great chance to take a trip around the world, like you said, from our own hometown.
Amen.
Do they buy tickets individually? Do they get them as a group? How does it work?
You can do it one of two ways. We do offer season tickets. Season tickets bought before the 9th of September are $25, and that covers all 6 shows.
What a great deal.
And then that's for anybody above the age of 18. Children under the age of 18 are free. And then you can use those. You don't have to use each ticket for whichever show it says. So if you happen to miss a show and you have an extra ticket, you could bring a friend the next week, the next time the show's going on. So the tickets are still good even if you miss a show. So it's a really good deal. After the 9th, they are $30 for all 6 tickets, or they are $5 at the door.
And where do you do this?
We sell them at the YMCA. They're also available at Mac Camera and at the Senior Center.
Okay. And the programs take place where?
The programs take place out at Apollo.
Okay.
And they're on Wednesday nights, and they start at 7:30.
Okay, you've got a great guide here with all the details about each program.
Correct.
If somebody wants one of these, can you send it to them? Do they come get them?
There's 2 ways you can do that. You can email me at Graham, Graham, at limaymca.net, or you can just come on in, and we have a bunch of them sitting at the Y, and they'll be stationed at different places around the community.
Great. So it all begins October 10th?
October 10th.
But get tickets now while they're still
Yep, get
inexpensive.
tickets now,
By September the 9th.
Okay. And give us your phone number if people do want any more information.
It's 419-223-6045.
Okay, thank you both for coming in today.
All right, thank you.
Heather Graham and Norm Vonderan from the Lima Family YMCA. I'm Anne Decker, and this is Community Focus on GTV2.
This is a nice neighborhood.
It is.
Is that the house we live in, Mom?
Yes.
Look at all the kids around here, Mom. I like this house.
Hi, we're here about the house.
It's rented.
It's against the law to deny people the opportunity to live where they want and can afford. If you feel that you've been treated unfairly, give LACA a call and we'll look into your complaint. LACA's fair housing services are free, so call today and get the housing you deserve. 419-227-2586.
Did you know that if you have information about someone who's committed a crime or know of someone who is wanted by any law enforcement agency, you can call Crime Stoppers and possibly be eligible for a cash reward of up to $1,000. All callers remain anonymous. Make the call that pays. Call Crime Stoppers at 419-229-STOP.
Crime Stoppers! Crime Stoppers! Make the call that pays! Crime Stoppers!
Come and discover Art Space Lima right here in downtown Lima. We're a world-class art gallery featuring works by local, regional, and national artists throughout the year. Beautiful works of art of all kinds, traditional and contemporary paintings, photographs, ceramics, and sculpture. Come and shop the beautiful and unique items for sale in the gift shop. We offer workshops taught by award-winning instructors so you and your kids can explore your creative side. Come and see what you've been missing. Discover Art Space Lima today.
Thank you for contacting the Ohio Utilities Protection Service before you dig, because knowing where underground utilities are located matters. It matters for the safety of your crew, the job schedule. It matters to the customers you serve, and it's the law. You can call us or go to oups.org to put the safe digging process in motion, because keeping Ohio safe every time you dig matters most.
We're back on Community Focus. I'm Anne Decker, and Jed Metzger is in the studio today. He is the president of the Lima-Allen County Chamber of Commerce. And Jed and the Chamber and the Allen Economic Development Group are working on manufacturing careers and trying to get the local kids involved in staying here in Lima and having some really good paying jobs.
Yeah, one of the things that we discovered through a lot of, that means Allen Economic Development Group and the Chamber as well as College Access, is that there's a great opportunities in manufacturing. There's a lot of careers that are being unfilled. And part of the focus is that the students don't understand the technology is in manufacturing, the cleanliness in manufacturing, neither do the parents. Because when we were raised, even in my generation, the whole focus was to go beyond high school. So we're talking about not only engineers and positions like that, but we're also talking about some of the opportunities in manufacturing that require like a 1 or 2 year degree so that they can understand these opportunities. I mean, some of these jobs are like $70,000, $80,000 by the time they get done.
And they don't require 4-year degrees.
And they don't require 4-year degrees. I mean, 4-year degrees are great for engineering and some of those high level, and we're certainly promoting those because we lack those in this community. But there's a lot of other opportunities. If you're going to be a plumber or pipe fitter, you're going to need trigonometry and algebra. So, we're trying to get our kids also, along with this, is to focus on STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, and trying to take more of those type of classes in whatever discipline you're going into, because you're going to need them in the future. Today, manufacturing is driven by technology. If you've been to a manufacturing firm recently, so you have to have those skill sets.
Yeah, it's not just the guy on the line with the wrench,
Correct.
all day long. There's a lot of engineering going on, a lot of computer science.
So the exciting part, Ann, is we're working collaboratively to develop some videos that tie into the economic development's advanced manufacturing video that is more of a marketing video, but it has shows great things in the manufacturing realm. But this would be 2 different types of videos. One is for superintendents and for principals and teachers to help them understand the opportunities and careers in manufacturing. The other is more of a fast-paced video for kids. You know, it's all over the place. Too fast for me to concentrate on, but it's, again, to show them the cleanliness of manufacturing, to show them today's manufacturing, the technology in manufacturing. Those are type of things that we're working on.
You're also doing possibly geocaching to get them involved, which sounds like it's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah, the vision. You know, this is sort of one of those visions that we have, which I think would be really neat. Kids today, to get to them, as you know, you have to do different type of games. So why not create a game based upon maybe a geocaching format to where kids go from one point to another to do maybe a science problem. They complete that, and then they'll go to another site, and then they can do a science problem, and etc. So it's sort of a vision that we're trying to work that all school systems then can utilize, and so we're excited about that. We think the kids will be excited about it too.
When do you expect to have some of these videos and some of the technology in place?
Probably within a month.
Oh, really?
We'll
that quickly?
have not the geocaching portion, but probably within a month. We still have to raise some extra income.
Sure.
Because this was going to be on a grant, and then the grant sort of said, well, you know, this doesn't really fit in the line item. But we feel that it is a need for our community, and we really need to forward that. So the Chamber has been able to help spur that along with the other partners to get that going. This sort of ties in what I talked about before, the strive from cradle to career. I mean, this is one of those components that you can fit into that, as well as many of the other opportunities to get our graduation rates up, to get our kids looking at all type of career opportunities, whether it's 1 year, 2 year, 4 year degree.
And hopefully keep them in the community besides.
And that is the key. You know, so often we have plenty of jobs here, but people, of course, kids like to move out of the community. So we're trying to figure out, if we get the kids, another component of this, which is very hard today because teachers are teaching toward the test, which they need to, of course, but then the kids are not getting out. Like in my time, we took manufacturing tours. We need to have that opportunity somehow again. So we're looking and working with some of the educational institutions to do some things virtual so that they can see the plant, let's say a manufacturing facility, a virtual component, and then talk to some people there. So we're trying to tie those things in, similar to the Ford Pass program that we've talked about in the past, to the opportunities, you know, to guide kids to that. So we're trying to work on all these things. It's really critical in our community as well as the rest of the country. Every chamber I talk to is talking about the same thing. We have the same problems, and we have problems with careers in manufacturing, but we also have to keep our kids in our communities. And how do we do that? How do we show them that there's great opportunities here?
Well, it sounds like you're on the right track, and I wish you well with it.
Well, thank you.
And as if that wasn't enough, you've got all the usual chamber stuff coming up, and I know we don't want to touch on it too much because it's still a little way out, but you've got some big events coming up this fall.
Well, we have the Holiday Hoopla, which we did last year. It was sort of a black tie optional event, and it's going to be at the Civic and Convention Center and the City Club, which is connected to the Civic and Convention Center. And we had so much fun with that, but we're going to tie it in with our 125th anniversary because we were founded in 1887. So, you know, it's a great opportunity for us to celebrate, have some fun, and we're doing some different things to make it unique. Of course, we have the auction of probably about 3 Christmas trees, but then we'll have wreaths. We have other type of holiday type of things that people can bid on if they want to, silent or live auction. So those are going to be fun, and we have the traditional Chamber Fest coming up this fall, and of course the usual type of things we do with all of our programs and activities. So great time at the Chamber, a lot of opportunities to get involved, and of course to help businesses further grow and develop in this community. That's our mission.
And a complete list of everything can be found on your website,
which is limachamber.com.
Okay, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jed Metzger from the Chamber of Commerce. We're going to take you to the Allen County Fair when we come back, right after this on GTV2.
This is our river. This is my river.
This is my river.
This is our river. This is our river.
This is their river.
This is my river.
This is our river.
This is your river. It's closer than you think. What are you doing to protect it?
Do you know what to do when you hear the community warning sirens? The sirens are activated anytime the public is in life-threatening danger. This can be from weather emergencies, chemical releases, or other situations. When you hear the sirens, go inside and turn on your radio or television for more information. Follow the instructions carefully and stay inside until the danger has passed. Remember, the sirens mean to go inside and listen to your radio or television for more information. Take the necessary steps to keep you and your family safe.
I present to you Algebra 2, Foreign Languages, and finally, Biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me.
Yeah, I'll do it. Me too. Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
He said he would let me play ball with the older boys if I did what he said. He said it would be our secret, and he'd beat me up if I told. And now, he wants another favor tomorrow. I just want to play ball.
Say no. Run away. Scream. It's okay to tell an adult you trust if someone is hurting you or making you uncomfortable. Feel safe. Feel strong. Feel free.
We're back on Community Focus. I'm Anne Decker, and it's that time of year. It's Allen County Fair time, and Jay Begg is here in the studio today to give us all the details of this year's Allen County Fair. It's August 17th through the 25th, so we're right on top of it.
That's right. It's coming up quicker than I can imagine.
What do you have lined up this year?
Well, you know, we've got a nice mix of tried and true favorites and some new and in some cases improved events. So we're always trying to improve our events, but I'm looking forward to our lineup this year. We've got the Cupid Band Show kicks off the fair with, on Friday night, 7 o'clock, and we've got some bands that haven't participated in a long time. Shawnee, for one, is going to be in the band show. So we've got, I think, 13 bands lined up for the band spectacular, so that would be a great way to start the fair. And Saturday, we've moved the cheerleading to a weekend. Worked out for our schedule, so that should enable the squads to be a little less hectic, because when they have it during the week, there's always soccer and, you know, school is starting in a couple of days, so that should ease the stress a little bit on the cheerleading squad. So we're looking for a big event on Saturday night for that. Sunday's Demo Derby, and it's the Demo Derby. I mean, one of the new things they're going to try this year is, or I guess we're going to bring it back again, is lawnmower Demo Derbies. I haven't quite figured that one out, but you know, it's a nice little.
It lets the average guy get involved.
Yeah, well, you know, so that'll be an event as well, and then Monday's truck, tractor, and semi pull with golf carts pulling. So again,
they can pull.
They do pull, so that'll be something to see, I suppose. So that's Monday. Tuesday morning we have our antique tractor pull. That's just the day we could fit it in the schedule. It just really makes no sense otherwise, but that was the day that it was going to work with the track and the infield and everything. Tuesday night is one of those new and improved events. We have Tug-A-Truck, which we've had for a number of years, but we're also going to have a rock climb challenge, and we've hauled semi-load after semi-load of rock with National Lime and Stone's help and Randy Jones, R.D. Jones Excavating help, and to the infield. And the UNOH Off-Road Truck Club is going to have a rock climb challenge. So in between heats of the Tug-A-Truck, they'll be out there taking their vehicles over these huge boulders, and I mean, I think it's going to be kind of crazy.
It does sound like fun.
Yes. So I'm kind of looking forward to that one myself. I don't think I'll enter in my truck, but I think it's going to be interesting. And then Wednesday and Thursday, staple of the fair is harness racing as far as grandstand events. Harness racing numbers are down a little bit, but quality-wise, I think we'll have good races. Everybody likes to race at the Allen County Fairgrounds. Same reason the motorcycles like to race, so do the horses. We've got a wide track with bank turns and great surface, so everybody appreciates our facilities. So we'll have as good a harness racing as anybody, and hopefully the new slot machines in the racetrack and increase the purses, which are starting to already. Hasn't trickled down the county fair yet, but we're looking for increased purses in the next couple years, which should kind of get the excitement back in harness racing, because our numbers have been dwindling for a number of years, so we're looking forward to that. And then Friday and Saturday we finish up the fair with our music concerts. Friday is Victoria Justice, and that's on the success last year of the Nickelodeon band or Nickelodeon TV show Big Time Rush, and that group. So Victoria Justice has a TV show on Nickelodeon, and her opening act is Max Schneider, who also has a show on Nickelodeon. So we're hitting the tweeners and the younger crowd with some really national entertainment. So we're looking forward to that.
Tickets still available?
Tickets are still available. A lot of great grandstand seats left, and you'll be up there. You won't have to worry about somebody standing in front of you. So, they're kind of my favorite seating, and I think it'll be a great place to watch the concert. And then Saturday, country's back after a year's absence with Dierks Bentley, and his opening act is a young man named John Party. But Dierks is doing great, had a #1 hit all summer, and looking forward to that. Again, tickets still available for Dierks' show on the final Saturday. And then we've got always have some special days during the fair. We started doing a $2 off coupon for admittance during the week. So Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, you can either go to our fair magazine and cut it out, or print one off the internet at allencofair.com, and there's a $2 off admission for adults, and you can only use one per, but everybody can use one. So that's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday's Youth Day, special afternoon ride prices for everybody on Monday, and we also repeat that on Wednesday, but we don't have the pie eating contest and the giveaways that the Junior Fair Board and Dare and Great put together on Monday. That's what makes Youth Day special, I guess. But Wednesday will be ride prices as well. Thursday is free until 3 and Senior Citizens Day. The gates are open until 3 o'clock. Anybody can attend. And then after 3, we still allow senior citizens who are willing to admit they're 60 and above. I'm only 59, so I'll have to wait till next year. But, 60 and above get in free on Thursday all day. And again, everyone gets in free until 3. So if you want to take Grandpa and Grandma but don't think you should have to pay, there's your chance. Just get there before 3 o'clock and you can escort them in and have a good day at the fair. And then Friday is Veterans Day, and same thing, veterans are admitted free all day. So those are our special admittance days. We have raised the admission price slightly. It's $7 for gate admission, and that's for everyone 9 and above. 8 and under are free.
It's still a great deal.
It's still a great deal for the amount of free entertainment we have. I mean, Buffo the Clown is back.
Oh, he's
World's
great.
Strongest Clown. The Elephant Encounter was here last year, and to such great success that we're bringing it back for a second year. We've got one of the best petting zoos, and it's free to go in the petting zoo of any fair around. I mean, it's local. The Osteen family, it's Jungle Island Zoo, but they do a great job. We've got a new one-man band called Professor Paddywhack, and he'll be performing either strolling through the grounds or do some stage shows on the Grandstand Plaza stage every day. Nearly every night there's karaoke in the park. So if you've been wanting to belt out, I did it my way or something, you just go line up and you'll get your chance to perform. And we've got, I think, or what I've already talked about. Of course, all the Junior Fair livestock events. There has been a little bit of concern in the news about flu being transferred from pigs to humans and back. There's a big effort going on at the Ohio Department of Agricultural level and the Ohio Department of Health and local health departments to educate everybody about that. And the truth is, general public is almost without worry attending the fair. There hasn't been one case documented where somebody who just casually went through the barns has contracted the flu from anything. But what we have had is a number of exhibitors who've contracted the flu from their pigs or vice versa. We're not sure. Sometimes the pigs catch it from the people. It's this separate strain of flu that is communicable. So far, that's the only way it's transferred. So we're making a special effort to let our exhibitors know that, we want you to take care of your pigs, but you probably ought to wash your hands more than you're used to. And, if the pig is showing any signs of distress or coughing or sneezing or temperature, which the same symptoms humans have for the flu, we're going to get the pig off the grounds and away from the other pigs till we can have the vet look at it and determine what it is. We're going to have a little isolation booth across the road at the Steiner Farm. So we're going to make sure we get any pig that's showing any signs out of there right away so it doesn't communicate through the barn. So we're taking steps to make sure there's hand wash stations here and there. We've got hot running water and soap in all our restrooms and hand sanitizer things every time you turn around. So it's almost like the hospital. You can just get your hands sanitized if you decide you do pet a pig and you want to get that stuff off of you. We've got that taken care of. So.
Well, and it's not just the pigs, but this is basic livestock safety. If you pet an animal, you should wash your hands.
Exactly, because the general public doesn't have the immunities that a person who works with them all the time does. And it's good sense for the exhibitors as well, because this is a case that this flu thing is transmitting from exhibitors to pigs and pigs back to the exhibitors. So we have to be a little careful with that. But they're telling us it's a mild strain, almost no hospitalizations and certainly no deaths. So it's a concern, but it's not a worry. It's an inconvenience, and it's something to just be safe. And maybe it's good that while we're washing our hands, we'll take care of not getting something worse. So.
Well, let's talk about the Junior Fair on a happier note, because really this is where it all started. It's the Junior Fair. That's what the fair is about.
It is. Sometime in the 30s, fairs became more about junior fair than agriculturalists bringing their produce to or their best boar or their best stallion or their best bull to the fair to sell to other producers, because that's really what fairs started about, was farmers sharing their ideas and their seed stock with each other. So sometime in the 30s, junior fair took hold, and it's, I realize we're 80 years later, but I mean, it's exploded. It's just gotten bigger and bigger every year, to the point where, yes, it is the prime reason the majority of our volunteers are involved with the fair, is because of the junior fair. They're either a 4-H leader, an FFA advisor, they're a superintendent in a department. My board is made up of people who got on the board because of their junior fair activities. So we're definitely a junior fair leaning fair that just happens to have a world-class carnival and national music acts to help pay for everything, because that's really the truth. Those kind of things help pay for our junior fair activities.
How many exhibitors do you have?
There'll be a little bit over 1,000 4-H members.
Wow.
I think we've got in the neighborhood of 200 and some FFA members. I don't know the number of Girl Scouts because they're not as actively participating. They do bring their posters and their exhibits, and I don't know about their badges and sashes. And yes, they exhibit, but not actively. They're not in competition per se like the FFA and 4-H kids, but I know there's a couple hundred Girl Scouts that come. We've been in talks with the Boy Scouts to get them involved. And when you add up all their exhibits and projects, it's over 4,000 that are brought to the fair by those 1,500 or so kids. So it's pretty impressive, and for the most part, the quality is top-notch.
It's outstanding.
We generally do very well when we send people to the state fair. The only issue with that is the state fair happens before our fair, so it makes it a little tough to pick out the winners sometimes, but we do okay.
Well, there's plenty going on for the next week at the Allen County Fair. You've got these books all over town if people want a complete schedule.
Yep.
And it's also online.
The schedule's at our website, allencofair.com. Print out a daily schedule. Check it out.
Great. August 17th through the 25th.
We'll
be there.
Okay.
Thanks, Jay.
Thanks, Ann.
Jay Begg from the Allen County Fair. I'm Anne Decker, and this is Community Focus on GTV.